A Participative Approach to Graduates' Professional Outcome Evaluation by Maria Castiglioni and Renata Clerici of the Department of Statistical Sciences, University of Padua, Italy, and by Valentina Grion and Giuseppe Zago of the Department of FISPBA, University of Padua, Italy. Our research deals with the professional outcomes of University of Padua graduates in 2007 and 2008 academic year. The aim of the work is to carry out a global assessment of higher education professional outcomes involving all the principal actors of the learning process, either students, teachers, and tutors, in a perspective of participatory evaluation which improves the didactic actions and counseling. The theoretical framework refers to different but interrelated issues and is grounded on national and international literature. This focus is on the higher education assessment, in particular on professional outcomes of higher education, but the methodological aspects are also taken in great account. The participatory research, the action research, the integration of qualitative and quantitative approaches. First, we analyze the phenomenon using longitudinal survey data, in specific reference to the random sample of 210 Science of Education graduates interviewed within 3 years of completing their degree. Then, we present the results of 2 parallel studies which are sequential to the quantitative survey and seek to involve 98 university professors and 10 tutors in the professional outcome evaluation. In this first phase, our specific aim was to acquire a deeper understanding of the studied realities. We collected the professors' answers and submitted them, together with the quantitative findings, to the faculty tutors. We asked the tutors to interpret this data and draw from them unvoiced information about the academic activities and the level of consistency between the educational aims of the degree courses and the graduate's subsequent professional employment. The longitudinal survey of University of Padua graduates was promoted by the academic authorities in order to develop evaluation models and tools to improve the didactic and educational offers. It represents a very important informative source for evaluating the effectiveness of formative activities of the first and second cycle degree courses in respect of the graduate's subsequent employment. The survey intended to monitor the occupational path of the graduates through repeated observation after they took their degree up to 3 years afterwards. On these occasions, the graduates were allocated structured questioning paths using phone interviews employing computer-assisted telephone interviewing technology. Starting from a very large collection of information, the interested was focused on 3 main cognitive dimensions: the graduate's professional situation, the activities in which they are engaged, if any, and the adequacy of the university path regarding the job they are doing or expecting to do. In the table, we have synthetic indexes about the graduate's professional status 3 years after graduating. We also consider the coherence of the job at the time when the last data was gathered in respect of the studies undertaken and the kind of contract which regulates the actual profession. about 70% of the graduates found a new job within 3 years after graduating, and permanent contracts are more common. Now we focus on the subjects who stated that they have a job 3 years after graduating. As we can see, there are two main professions: teacher in primary school, preschool, and special needs educational assistant, and educator in the social and health services and extra school field. We also notice some example of consultancy and managerial activities in pertinent context in respect to the university paths. We notice a remarkable number of other activities. Among these other activities, we can distinguish the partially coherent from the non-coherent ones using a set of answers which illustrate the job in respect to the economic field, public or private sector, and the kind of users of the activity. The graduates involved in the survey answered a question which explored their ideas about the adequacy of the formation they received at university according to their job. The various items were submitting using a self-anchoring scaling from 1 minimum to 10 maximum. Most of the graduates were satisfied with their preparation. Median equals 8.5. Even though we can notice a strong intersubjective variability, range 4-10. In the figure we display, in the graphical scheme, the 95% confidence intervals of the expected marginal estimate means of adequacy evaluation. We can identify the graduate groups which distance themselves from the overall mean, estimated between 6.9 and 7.3, as well as check the differences between the groups, which must be considered when the intervals do not overlap. The professor's written answers and the tutor's textual productions have been stored and submitted to content analysis through A+T software that makes it possible systematically to analyze the complex phenomena hidden in the textual data. We chose to organize this text into two different hermeneutic units and to analyze them distinctly because of the different sources and characteristics. The professor's brief answers to precise questions versus the tutor's longer, more considered text. The complete list of codes, which was developed through the content analysis of the answers provided by the professors and by the tutors, has been classified into three families: strengths, critical aspects, and potential corrections. As in the case of the professors, the list of code developed through the content analysis of the answers, as aforementioned, was organized into three families: strengths, critical aspects, and potential corrections. The codes, poor competencies in professional practice, and theoretical professional gaps describe the areas of skills and competencies which the tutors, like the professor before, view as aspects which the students lack when facing the job market. Following this analysis, the tutor highlights the possible corrections that may help to develop solutions to the critical aspects. Some final considerations. The quantitative analysis provides a picture of the characteristics of graduates, taking into account their previous training and the variety of pathways into employment. It makes it possible to highlight some of the aspects of qualitative education, in particular the consistency between the curriculum and job, and the correspondence between the training received and the work performed. The crucial problems to solve seems to be the need to reach an equilibrium between strong general knowledge related to the acquisition of cross-curricular competencies and adequate vocational training. Some of the professors expressed doubts concerning the possibility of university offering significant vocational training. They believe that this can be acquired only through direct experiences in authentic job realities. For the tutors, it is important to rethink the formation of professional figures on the basis of the new professional epistemologies. In a participative action research, the researcher collaborates with the stakeholders to generate a better understanding of the situations in order to improve the actions aimed at enhancing practice. The sharing of these results represents an important input for the development of new reflective paths by professors and tutors, a necessary condition in order to realize the improvements in the course offerings. And some references, and thank you for your attention.